We have our game and we can control the players, and the point of the game is to eat the objects that appear, and these are going to be the different objects that appear on the screen that you can possibly eat. And so the way that it's going to be set up is the flower is going to be the most common object that appears. The swirl ball will be the next most common, and the golden ball will be the next most common, and then finally the golden snitch will be the rarest of the objects. Okay. Another thing to mention is that the flower will be stationary along with the swirl ball and the golden ball. They will not move, and the golden snitch will move. Okay. So let's start here with the flower. First off, we probably want to say when the broadcast is received, right? The start broadcast, because that's when we want this flower to start appearing. We don't want him to start appearing when the intro background is shown, right? We want it to appear when the start game broadcast is sent out. And so now we go into control and we want it to come out forever. But we don't want it to come out forever at the speed of the forever loop, right? So we need to put a wait in there, and we don't want it to come out too fast or too slow, and we also don't want it to come out regularly, right? We want it to be random, so we're going to put a random in there. Pick random, put it into the wait block, and we'll say pick random between 0.5 and 2 seconds. And what we're going to do now is we are going to create a clone of the flower. All right. But when we start up as a clone, it's going to be hidden because we hid the original flower. So we need to show the flower. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick out the when I start as clone block and go to looks and say show. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and play and show you what is going on here. Game is starting now, and you could see that the flower is appearing here, but there's no other flowers appearing, but they are appearing, right? It's just that they're appearing at the same location. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that each clone starts at a new location. So we're going to go to motion, go to XY. Maybe we could do that before the show, and we want to put a random number here and a random number here. So we can go to operators, pick random, and now we need to know the range of the X values. Right? So if you put my cursor onto the screen, you could see here the possible X values, and so X axis is horizontal. So if I go over to the far right side, you could see that the X increases to 240, and if I go to the far left side, you could see the X decreases to negative 240. So those are our values that we can use, or our range of values that we can use for the X, right? So we're going to come in here and put negative 240 and positive 240, and now the range for the Y is different, right? If I go down to the bottom, you could see the Y goes to negative 180, and if I go up to the top, Y goes up to positive 180. So those will be our possible values for Y. All right. So I'm going to come in here and put negative 180 and come over here and put positive 180. Now let's play this. And you can see here's one, here's another one, here's another one, and another one. So they are now appearing at different locations, and that sound is a little high, so I'm going to come back here and change it to 15%. But yeah, that's how you're going to get the flowers to appear at random locations.